So my main responsibilities as a nominating officer is to take a victim of domestic abuse and try and get them a new home if it's required. The biggest challenges of being a nominating officer is communication is one thing. Sometimes it's difficult and timely to get an ARC reference number from when you first put in a nomination. Other than that, obviously, it's vacant properties. There is a housing shortage, and obviously with it, that means that moving people is difficult. The most rewarding thing about being a nominating officer is you actually get the proper chance to help someone, moving someone, start a new life so that they are out of trouble. Problems of people that I've dealt with is they're victims right across the board, from, say, coercive controlling behaviour through to assault, sexual abuse, economical abuse. It's right across the board of what they're suffering. As a result, most of them lack confidence, most of them lack, sometimes they lack language skills because they're from another country. They don't know how legal or even just a way of doing something. So when they come to you and say, help me, and they are literally, it's a help me and I don't know what I'm doing. So at that point you have to guide someone through absolutely everything, from any form filling, any recommendations that sometimes you would take as granted that people would know, they haven't got a clue. Sometimes people lack education, sometimes people are just lacking confidence so they can't do anything. It's about being there as a supporting role. I'm an introvert, so that means that not only do I nominate people, but it means I'm also there as a supporting role to get them back on their feet. The benefits of the reciprocal is it opens up the chances of moving someone. The chances of just moving someone are greater. If you were to move someone to within just our own housing association, obviously you have to wait for someone to move before you can move someone in through a property being done up through voids. Doing that through a reciprocal process, it means that you're opening it up to other housing agencies. So there's the greater pool of properties, and obviously you're then reciprocating backward and forwards between our association and all the others as well. There's a far greater pool, as opposed to saying, oh, please present yourself to the council and say you're homeless, because that is, you're asking someone to give up generally an assured tenancy, which means a permanent roof over their head, for fleeing violence. And whilst under the most drastic circumstances that may be the only opportunity, this goes such a long way to stop that from happening. The benefits for the tenants is that they get a fresh start again. They have a new home, they have a new life. Often it's in a completely different area of London. So the chances of them being tracked down are much less. Obviously when moving, you have to give advice of changing phone numbers, any online media profiles, anything like that. So the chances of being found are less. That is the main benefit. The victim gets a new life. The main advice I would give to someone starting up is don't be frightened of asking questions, because I'm still asking questions now of people. I phone up regularly and go, right, I'm not sure here what to do, I'm not sure there what to do. If you do something wrong, it's then more difficult to rectify, whereas get it right first time by asking questions. A scheme like this is important because it brings organisations together so that we can share resources to get victims ultimately what they need, and that is a fresh, safe start. It couldn't happen if organisations weren't willing to work together, and you need an overreaching group that manages all that.